model. Okay, so unit number 1. First topic was group discussion we saw. Second topic was job interview, application letter and resume. And this is going to be the third and the last part of unit number 1, that is job interview. Let's see this. It's very important lecture, important session, and this is going to be very useful for you all for facing any kind of interview, be it a job interview professionally, or be any kind of competitive interview or SSB interview or what. So these skills are common, and we are going to see some of the do's and don'ts, some of the myths, wrong assumptions about interview, and how to prepare for interviews successfully. So that is the agenda. So let me just begin with the same. We saw, in our last lecture, the selection process, how it is. First, we write application letter or cover letter. It is attached with resume, right? We send both of these documents before going or before knowing the organization, just based on their advertisement or their requirement, we send it. And this is called as the first communication between the employer and the employee, right? The candidate and the possible employer. What is that? The first communication, resume and application letter. Then once you find you fulfill their criteria, and you are let us say fulfilling their criteria, and you are eligible for their process, then they will call you for the process, wherein the first step will be your written test or aptitude test, followed by, if you crack that, group discussion. Group discussion, we saw last time how group discussion is a round, and most of the candidates get deselected or eliminated in this group, and we even saw how to perform better, and I'm very happy to see all of you performing best in your GDs. On Saturday we are having our last round for 5 marks, and I hope you are prepared on those and you will do your best. And once you are through group discussion, you are for the final step, that is job interview or the interview, where you actually interact with the employer for, let us say, knowing each other and getting selected or what, right? So what is, as I told you, if you reach to interview level through these processes, going through resume application, passing aptitude test and passing group discussion, and if you are shortlisted for final interview, be sure that 50% you have achieved the job. Is that clear? Do you remember? Show me thumbs fast. Okay, let's move ahead now. Now this is what we are focusing today, interview skills. In next 45, 50, 55 minutes, we are going to discuss all about this interview skills. Let us begin with understanding what exactly will be the purpose, the objective of attending this lecture. First, we will know various types of interviews. At the end of this session, you will come to know various types of interviews. Successful interviews, there are 3 words which start with P, right? And what are those P and how they are very important for successfully facing any interview. And final will be certain tips for facing the interviews successfully. Clear? So let's begin with the first, but before that, let us understand what is the definition of interview. Look at this simple, straightforward definition, which tells that interview is what we have assumption in our mind. What do you mean by interview? We feel that interview means question answer session, where interviewers check our knowledge. What we feel, interview is a question answer session where interviewers ask us question and we have to answer all the questions, and they, based on those questions, they check our knowledge, and if we could answer all the questions, if our knowledge is good, if they're happy, then they will select us. Otherwise, if we cannot answer some questions, or if our knowledge is not they don't like our knowledge, then they will deselect us. Is it the case that interviewing is just a question answer session? It is not. It is absolutely not. And just have remove this bias from your mind. Once you understand key interview is not only asking the questions and giving the answers and checking your knowledge. No, it is, look at the first word, it is a conversation. Conversation takes place between 2 equal people, between 2 people who want to know each other. Okay, that is called as conversation, either about each other or about a particular incident, particular event, particular topic. Then it is called as a conversation or a questioning for the purpose of eliciting information. The meaning of the word eliciting is Simply getting information, extracting information. So what is interview, job interviews? It is not question answer session. It is or questioning, but the purpose is to get information on what kind of let us say candidate you are. Do you have the capabilities and the qualities and the qualifications which are required in my company for that particular post? Will you be able to handle what the work, the nature of work that my company is offering to the servants, to the customers? Are you a suitable candidate for that particular post? In simple terms, what they want to find, are you a suitable candidate for that particular post? That is it. Clear? Okay. Let us the next immediately see what are the myths. Myths म्हणजे काय हो? We have seen listening myths and all in our last semester as well. Myths, nothing but wrong assumptions. Okay. What are the myths? There are certain myths, wrong assumptions, wrong understanding in the mind of most of the students. What is the first one? Never say I do not know. Do you agree with this? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Never say I don't know to any of the answer, any of the question. That is correct. You should follow this. We are looking myths. Myths means wrong assumptions. Means the things we should not do. We should not worry about. And still you are showing me thumbs up. झोपेत नाही येत ना? मस्त लंच झालंय, फुल श्रीखंड आम्रखंड खाऊन बसलेले आहेत. छान पैकी कानात हेडफोन घातलेला आहे. टीव्ही पण सुरू असेल समोर. असं काही नाहीये ना? लंच आत्ताच अगोदर याच्या लेक्चरच्या अगोदर झालं असं पण काही नाहीये. लंच केव्हाही करू शकताय तुम्ही, मला माहिती आहे आता ऑनलाईन लर्निंग मध्ये. पण थम्स अप येस ऑर नो म्हणले की जास्त लगेच थम्स. These are the myths. There can be question. There will be definitely questions, MCQs on the myths. If it is objective, of course, it is going to be objective. No other hope. And if it becomes descriptive, there will be short note on this interview, myths of interviews. So look at this interpretation now. Okay, listen carefully. Never say I do not know. Suppose I am facing interview. You are the interviewer. You are conducting my interview. You are working in one organization. You are the manager. I am the fresher. You ask me first question, introduce yourself. I introduce. You ask me second question, I answer that. You ask me third question, maybe technical question. Okay, I don't know the answer of that question. Suppose I say, sorry sir, I do not know the answer of this question. I will definitely it. Will you accept that? Will you accept that? I'm saying, sorry sir, I am not aware about this answer. Please excuse me. Definitely I'll come to know about this. I'll learn about this after the interview. Okay, you will accept. Suppose you ask me fourth question, fifth question, I answer those questions. Sixth question, again you ask me, again I don't know the answer. Suppose at that time I say, again I'm sorry sir, I'm not aware about this as well. So please excuse me. I will definitely get information on this. Will you accept that? I'm very politely telling, I'm very politely accepting I don't know the answer. Second time in one interview. Will you accept that? Okay, Akhilesh is saying yes. He is the good manager then. He is accepting. Very good, appreciated. Suppose in both the cases, in question number 3, okay, first question you asked, I answered. Second question you asked, I answered. Third question you asked, I do not know answer, but I tried overconfidently to give the answer, but the answer is wrong. And you come to know that I'm just, guessing. I'm just guessing and I'm giving wrong answer. How do you feel? Right? Which is better? Politely accepting that I do not know answer and I will come to know about it. Number 1. Number 2, without knowing answer, trying to guess the answers and very boldly, confidently give that answer, even if it is wrong. Which as a manager, as an interviewer, will you prefer, first or second? Of course, first one, because very politely I'm accepting. But second time also I'm accepting that very politely. Okay, I'm saying this very politely and you are accepting that. How many times you will allow me to not know the answer of the question? Suppose you're going to ask me 10 15 questions. Okay, up to 10 questions. So 2 times I have said I do not know the answer. How many times you will be happy or you will not worry about, you will not bother saying me I don't know answers? Let me know in numbers. 2 to 3 times. Very good, Rutuja. Sorry, Ruturaj. 2 to 3 times. Okay. 2 to 3. Yeah. Suppose first time I said I do not know, you accepted. Very good. Second time also I said I do not know. Now it is third time. Suppose it is sixth question. Seventh you asked me. Eighth again I do not know the answer. Now at that time, instead of again I say, sorry sir, I do not know the answer of this question also, so please excuse me. Instead of saying this, I say, actually sir, I'm not aware about this question as well, but let me try. I'll just try. I may be wrong. According to me, this is the answer. Would you be happy? Now answer may be right or wrong. Suppose answer is wrong. Answer is wrong. But what two things I have done? First thing, I have accepted I do not know the answer. Second thing, you have said ki I will try. I have said ki I will try. And when I say I will try, I have already I declared ki I may be wrong. So even if I give wrong answer, that will be fine because my attempt, my try will matter more than the correct answer. But suppose instead of saying that, I directly say yes, I know the answer, and I give wrong answer, that will create wrong impression. So what is the first myth? Do not say I do not know. No, that is not true. If you do not know the answer of any question, very politely and humbly accept that and mention ki sorry sir, I'm not aware about it. How many times? Maximum 2 to maximum 3 times. But the third time onwards, you should take their permission and try to answer. Here comes fast. If that is clear. 1 or 2 times is fine, but third time onwards, you must try telling even if you do not know the answer. Very good. Next one. Good looking people only get the job. Is it the case? Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, there are definitely some professions like air hostess or modeling, or maybe some in some of the five-star hotels where receptionists are needed. Yes, there one of the criteria is your look, but it is only 5% of the professions are there who expect you look, your physique, and the other biological parameters. But it is not in 95% of course, not at all in the engineering field. Good looking people get the job. No, it is not the case. Whatever you are, you should exhibit yourself. You should represent yourself. Do not decorate you. It happens because you are facing a job interview. You feel that you must have 3 piece. Right? You must have new shoes. You must have new belt. You must have new specs, and so on. No, don't worry about that. What should be the dress? What should be the attire? What suits you? Which suits you? That's all. Good looking people? No, that is again wrong assumption. Third one, answering better than others will get the job. It means what? Suppose Akhilesh first goes and faces the interview. He comes out of the interview venue. I am the second. I ask him, what was the question? How did you answer? And I feel I will answer better than Akhilesh, then I'll get the job. It is not the case. Some of the questions are there. You have to just routinely answer them. Okay. And the second last, expand your answer as long as possible. म्हणजे काय, त्याने एक क्वेश्चन विचारला की आपलं कॅसेट सुरू करायचं. जोपर्यंत एंड बटन येत नाहीये, पॉज बटन त्यांच्याकडून होत नाही, तोपर्यंत काहीही थांबायचेच नाहीये. नो, they are not at all interested in knowing all your so-called extra information. Okay, do not expand the answers. Do not be up to the mark. Be specific. Be true to the information that you are giving, and be a very concise. Give the message, give the response in a very concise manner. Unless and until they ask, you should not elaborate your answers. Or if you find that you are answering a question and somewhere you find that the answer is actually getting extended, in between somewhere, what you should do, you should take permission. You should ask, "Hey, sir, actually I'm there. It will take more time, or I'm extending. It will be fine, or I shall stop." This no, go on, continue. Tell that particular incident. We are very interested in learning about that particular incident. Then you continue. Be up to the mark. Be concise, short in the interview. The interviewers are looking for flaws. Flaws म्हणजे काय हो? Mistakes, errors, lacunas. So interviewers are there just to find flaws in you. तुमच्या फक्त चुका ते काढायला बसलेले असतात. No, actually, truly, most of the interviewers of multinational companies, they completely ignore your mistakes and they just look at your plus points. What they find, it is fine if the person has made 5 mistakes, but there are these 5 qualities. In a company, this person can have this particular position, and we can train that person to overcome his 5 of those mistakes. They are looking for the suitability of you in their company. That is the reality. Keep this in mind always. Whenever you are facing an interview, you're going to face definitely in future as well. Keep it in mind. Interviewers are not there to find your faults. Interviewers are not there to check your knowledge only. Okay, of course they will check your knowledge, but it will not depend on your knowledge only. How you are expressing your ideas, how you are expressing your views, how you are exhibiting your knowledge, what kind of person you are, right? How you are genuinely trying to answer the questions. That kind of fight, that kind of struggle that you are making, that also will matter. Is that clear? The myths of interview? Yeah, thumbs. Okay, let's move ahead. These are the types of interviews, and I will focus more on those because we are about it, but I'll just tell the purposes and the nature of those. So number one is one-on-one or the face-to-face interview, where you meet the interviewer face-to-face, or they come to campus recruitment and there is one person who conducts the interview. You are the one candidate. The conversation goes on between you two. Next, it goes in routine, right? Now, in a one-on-one, it is simply sometimes. Now, there are two basic types of interviews. कुठले कुठले आहेत होते? Technical आणि HR. Technical interview, HR interview. Technical interview, all your domain knowledge will be checked. Okay, have you understood all the domain knowledge? Have you got the domain knowledge? Are the basic concepts clear with you? All those things will be checked. All those things will be analyzed. Then that is one-to-one, and the other one is HR interview, HR human relations. Okay, so there they will ask all these: where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Why you would like to join us? What are your long-term goals, short-term goals, and so on. So that is called as HR interview. So in face-to-face, there can be two different people. Okay, one is conducting your HR interview, another is conducting your, let us say, HR interview and the technical interview. There can be one person who can conduct both, right? Some questions from HR, some questions from technical, or there can be two people sitting together and asking you. So that is one on one, face to face. There they want to actually see the type of candidate and see that person's complete personality. Telephonic or interview or video conferencing. So of course, because of I need not to focus tell you, okay, because of lack of time, because you want to save travel time, you want to save your money and conduct so many students and candidates at a time, you will conduct telephonic interviews or video conferencing interviews. Or because because of this global pandemic, you are not able to move, you are not able to travel, so everybody is working from home. The recruitment is also going on from home. Even you must be aware that students are getting selected from home, and from day one itself they are working from home, because the first 6 months is a kind of training for them. So video conferencing, because of these reasons. Panel or group interview is the interview where two or more people conduct your interview. Now why that is? Sometimes it happens they want to check, one of the person is there as a expert, another person is as a psychology expert, the next person is there to check your soft skills and communication skills, and there may be one or two more people who may be there for different purposes, like they want to they may be representative of various government let us say agencies and so on, if it is government interview. Now in panel interviews, usually what happens, and most of all the competitive exams, interview of competitive exams including SSB, they are panel interviews. There are 4 or 5 people, you go and sit and you answer, right? In a group interview, you just want to check if you are able to speak in front of more than people. Okay, is it so? My voice is breaking. Shruti is saying my voice is breaking somewhere in between. Actually saying also yes. Okay, I'll go slow. And just I got a message that data from one card is exhausted. Okay, switch to other one. Same problem like you with me also. Okay, and the last one is lunch or dinner on interview. Now, what is that? In what happens in most of the companies? And of course, this is not. Don't expect lunch on or dinner on interview when you are a fresher. म्हणजे बी झालं की लगेच आपल्याला कुठेतरी डिनरला बोलवतील सयाजीला आणि इंटरव्ह्यू तिथे कंडक्ट करतील असं काही नाहीये. फ्रेशरसाठी ते अजिबात नाहीये. It is usually for the person who is being interviewed for a higher post. Okay, managerial post, managing director post, the person who is having 10-15 years experience, and they want to just have an informal interaction, and then they just go on. They want to even check how you behave with other people when you are in that particular context and so on. Your time. There are so many other purposes. That is lunch on or dinner on meeting, interview. Okay. Now, these are the 3 P's. They are same. Okay. Where did you see these 3 P's? Preparation, practice, and perform. Last semester, when we studied about public speaking activities, right? Public speeches. How to prepare public speeches? Prepare well, practice in advance, perform in better way. What to do when performing. Same here for job interviews as well. Prepare, practice, perform. And same will be for your presentation skills in our 3rd unit. So these 3 P's keep in mind always whenever you are thinking about when you are preparing for any kind of speaking situation. Remember, you have to prepare in advance, you have to practice in advance, and you have to take care in a particular way when you are performing that. Is that clear? 3 P's. Thumbs fast. Okay, let me change the place of my phone. Okay, so let us see now. In case of interviews, what we should do, what take care we should take when we are preparing. And let me stop my video so that even doesn't create much problem. What to do when we are preparing, how to practice, and what we should remember when we are performing. Look at this now. Preparation. Why it is so important? Before facing an interview, why it is important to prepare? Because many people find it difficult to sell themselves. म्हणजे काय हो, तुम्ही म्हणाल की सर इंटरव्ह्यू फेस करायचा आहे त्याच्यामध्ये प्रिपरेशन काय करणार आहे? माझं डोमेन नॉलेज कन्सेप्ट, बेसिक कन्सेप्ट ज्या आहेत त्या वाचेन मी, त्या क्लिअर करेन, ते झालं की झालं? नो. Sometimes it has happened that a student, a candidate who has more CGPA, rather it is excellent CGPA, 9+ CGPA, or let us say 80% around marks, right? His all basic concepts are very clear. He is clear technical round, but he has failed in HR round. HR interview, human relations. He is not able to answer. He is not able to find out his or her own strengths and weaknesses. He cannot tell why that person is joining the company. He is not aware about the company, its history, and its current, present, and future. Right? He cannot set his goals. He don't have, he doesn't have any kind of difficult situations he has faced. So they find Kyare, he's just a studious person, and such kind of people are not good. He or she may not sustain in the professional context of our organization, right? Why to prepare? You have to prepare well in advance, because most of the people find it very difficult to talk about themselves and their qualities. That's why preparation is essential. Second, interviews are about presenting your skills with apt qualities, right? You have skills with you. Okay, what are the qualities that you have? Skills, you have all the technical skills, but the qualities which are very essential for you to work at particular workplace, they are also to be achieved. Okay, next, what to prepare then? Can you tell me fast in chat box? Suppose next Thursday you are going to face interview. I repeat again, suppose next Thursday you are going to face interview. Already you have cleared aptitude, already you have cleared group discussion round, and next Thursday interview is there. What kind of preparation will you do? Fast in chat box. In 1 week, what all kind of preparation will you do to face the interview successfully? Yeah, you can unmute and tell if you are interested, no problem. Instead of chatting, you can unmute and tell answer. What kind of preparation will you make to face the job interview successfully, which is on next Thursday? Know all history of the company. Okay. One is history of the company. Okay, next. Aditya is saying history about, okay. Ritu is saying collecting information about the current issues of the company, of the product. All right, next. Fast. You can unmute and tell. If it is taking longer in chatting, you can just unmute and tell. Yeah, I'm waiting. Know all technical knowledge. Okay, that is revising the technical concepts, basic concepts from your domain. Okay, so you revised your concepts, you revised all domain knowledge. First year notebook, second year, third year, final year, सगळं जे काही घेऊन आपण एक थोडंसं बघितलं. We got to know about company. We got to know about current issues, what is happening at national, international level, and what is the, let us say, position of that organization. All right, future goals and plans of the company. Okay, Abhishek is saying we should worry about those as well. Expressing yourself in front of mirror. Ritu is saying ki yes, we should practice in front of mirror. Okay, next. Practicing what, Ritu? Expressing what? Okay, what about documentation? Won't you need a file to be prepared? A copy of your resume and application letter, followed by attached by, let us say, all your testimonials, certificates, right? That is also essential. Won't you think about which dress will you put on? Important documents. Yeah, dress, about your attire. Won't you think on that? That actually takes first. You know, पर्सनल इंटरव्ह्यू म्हटलं की आजपासून शॉपिंगचा विचार डोक्यात असतोय आणि रोज वेगवेगळी शॉपिंग चालू असते मग आपले हे ड्रेस ते ड्रेस unnecessarily we spend on that. Sorry, not, it is not unnecessary. Of course, we are fond of, we just wait for the occasions when we get rewarded to ourselves. That is not unnecessary, but that is first. I will put on this dress, this pant, this trouser, this shirt, this kind of, let us say, dress or a sari or shoes or specs. We definitely think on those as well. Okay, accepted. Let us see now. Preparation. Look at this now. Pre-preparation. Before you actually start the essential things, they are also part of preparation, but they are must. Number one, know the organization. I have found many students who, be comfortable with him and don't get nervous. Okay. So I have seen so many students, when any company comes in KIT for campus drive, they appear for the drive, they crack the aptitude, they go GD and all that they do, and when they go for the interview and the question is asked, do you know what our company, tell something about our organization, they do not know. They only know the name. Yes sir, it is Wipro and I know it is very well known. So what do you know about that? No sir, I just know it is a software industry, it is a software company. No, even to your surprise, I have seen some students, who appear for the campus drive, who clears first, second round, and when they go, before going to 3 round, they go home saying, no, I do not want to face the interview of this question, this particular company. Why? Because this is not my dream company. Then why did you come? Why did you appear for the? Why did you waste your own time? Right? Keep it in mind, like in KIT or the institute like KIT, is the organizations, the companies come for the campus drive. There is a very important word I'm using, come, and there are certain institutes which bring companies for campus drive. So you do not ask कुठल्या कंपन्या KIT आणते, कुठल्या companies KIT मध्ये येतात. I hope you understand the difference. To show the placement, some of the institutes try to bring the companies with so many tie-ups and MOUs with them. But in KIT, most of the companies, they come on their own because they know they will get very good candidates. They have been getting very good candidates. But in KIT and in most of the institutes like KIT, which are of well repute, there is a one rule that if you appear for one interview and you get selected, you have to join. You will not be allowed for second drive of second company because other students also must get chance. For that reason, before appearing for, and you have to be choosy there. You have whether you want to appear for this or the next one. And that is why it is very essential to know about the organization. If you find what is the history of that organization, who are the founders, current trustees, or the current office bearers, what are the aims and objectives of the organization, what are the products or the services, and what is the market cap of that company, where are they presently, and all that, that will help you to be confident to join the organization, that company. As well as, if there will be definitely one question, why do you want to join our company? There you have to shortly tell why that company interests you. Clear? Thumbs fast. Know the job profile. What will be the job profile if you join that? Documentation, as we have seen, letter, application, all the testimonials must be ready, and we should practice certain FAQs. Preparation, how it helps or what to do. In simple terms, overall, be prepared to talk about yourself and your experiences. काय प्रिपेअर करायचं आहे हो? ऑफकोर्स टेक्निकलमध्ये तुम्हाला बेसिक कन्सेप्ट त्याच्या रिवाइज करायच्या आहेत, लेटेस्ट काय आहे ते सुरू करायचं आहे, आता ऍप्लिकेशन्स काय सुरू आहेत त्या डोमेन मधले ते सुरू करायचे आहेत, नॅशनल इंटरनॅशनल लेवलला प्रोजेक्ट्स काय सुरू आहेत का, त्याच्यावरती तुम्हाला आता बघायचं आहे. बट अलॉंग विथ दॅट, बी प्रिपेअर टू टॉक अबाउट युअर सेल्फ अँड युअर experiences, what kind of personality you are, what kind of experience have you got. Master the art of storytelling. Whenever you are answering any HR related question, the interviewer, am I audible? The interviewer must feel and must get engaged in your response. Okay, the interview must get engaged in the response, telling kind of thing. Okay, and that is why we have to be very short but sweet. Provide specific and concrete. The third itself is there. Provide specific and concrete examples of your results or your accomplishments. Most of the time it happens, you say ki, yes sir, I am this, and I am a good command skills. They will ask you, okay, can you give me any situation from your past where you proved as a good team player? Then you will spend 1 minute. Okay, let me remember. Actually, I'm not remembering now. 0. Negative evaluation. If you are saying ki I am a good leader, I have leadership qualities, they'll ask you, give me examples. If you are not going to get the example, then it means you are just boasting. कुठले तरी व्हिडिओज बघायचे युट्यूबवरचे, त्याच्यामध्ये असं म्हटलं ॲटिट्यूड इज इम्पॉर्टंट, ॲटिट्यूड म्हणून काहीतरी बघायचं आणि तसं काहीतरी वागायचं. अजिबात तसलं काय करू नका. देर इज अ डिफरन्स बिटवीन मूवी and actual life. All right, and all the videos that you're watching, they are movies. Okay, they are just made to impress you. In reality, it happens very rarely. Okay, so that is providing specific and concrete examples. You should be ready with your examples. What are the advantages, benefits of preparing in advance? It increases your confidence level. Of course, you get a clear idea what you are going to respond. Clarity in communication. Before the interviewer finishes the question, you get the question and you formulate your responses in your mind when you are prepared. Okay, it helps in building a good rapport connection with the interviewer. It helps our negotiation skill. Right, it will happen that you may get selected in the organization, and they may be negotiating with you on money, let us say on the package, or they may be negotiating with you on time, fitting with you about the location. So if you are good and you are well prepared, that will help you to negotiate to get higher package, get a particular time schedule or shift, or even to get a particular location. Clear? And satisfaction to both the parties involved. When you are well prepared and you face the interview, even if you do not answer 1 or 2 questions, you will feel satisfied. Ki chalo, the interview was very good. I have done my best. Whether I get selected or not, I don't worry, but I am satisfied. In the same way, if I am the interviewer, right, I will feel ki, Arey, very good candidate. I'm happy that I have interviewed such a great candidate. And if he joins my company, it will be good. Right? Satisfaction involved in both the parties. Practice. What to do in practice? First, obtain a list of practice interview questions and jot down short answers. There are certain frequently asked questions. We are going to see some of them. Okay, and on Moodle already I have uploaded all this presentation, the FAQs, the answers and everything. On Moodle you can just download and keep reading those. Okay, so first check the FAQs, frequently asked questions, and jot down your own answers. Very important, not think about the answers in mind. Jot down, write on paper your responses. The more you practice, the better you will be, and do it in front of the mirror. And let me add it, I forgot to add, and I, as you know, as I told you before in our public speaking recording activity as well, instead of trying in front of mirror, try in front of the mobile, record yourself with the back camera and just check how you performed. You will learn a lot of new things when you actually do record yourself and listen again. Do you agree? Practicing in front of mobile phone recording means what? You have to ask question yourself. All right, introduce yourself. Then you are just changing your role there. Good afternoon, sir. Good morning, sir. My name is Mahesh and I am from this place. Today I am here to face the interview for the post of this. Next question. Like this, just look at the expressions, look at your voice quality, look at your confidence, look at your body language, eye contact, and all that. That will help you, and that will give you a lot of suggestions. So try that. Practicing the FAQs. This is one. Second way is practice with your colleagues. Practice in pairs. Okay, that is called as peer practice. Suppose you 2-3 people are there and you are preparing for the same interview. No problem. You conduct the mock interviews of each other and you comments on each other's performance. Next one is you can just practice in front of your teachers or with your teachers or with your parents. Let them ask questions and you answer those questions. So anyhow, you have to practice in advance. Okay. While performing, what to do now? So preparation, we saw company profile, documentation, FAQs, and all that we did. Practicing either individually, writing down the answers of the questions, practicing individually these FAQs in front of mirror or with the mobile, or practicing with the colleagues or with our parents or teachers. Now, what to do when we are actually performing in the interview? Number one, be respectful. Of course, आपण ऑलरेडी ओव्हर रिस्पेक्टेड असतोय, बरोबर की नाही? ओव्हर रिस्पेक्टिंग असतोय, म्हणजे ते मॅनेजर म्हणजे सगळं काय आहे. जास्त त्यांच्याकडे बघून हसले की आपल्याला सिलेक्शन होते असं वाटतं. त्यामुळे सुरुवातीपासून आपण हसत असतोय, जाईपर्यंत फक्त हसतच असतोय. दॅट इज नॉट द वे टू गेट द जॉब. कीप इट इन माइंड. म्हणजे बाहेर केव्हा हसणार पण नाही, पण समोर आतमध्ये गेल्यापासून जे स्माईल अशी असते, कोलगेट स्माईल, ते बाहेर पडेपर्यंत, परत एकदा बाहेर पडला की गेली स्माईल ती. इट इज नॉट द केस. सो बी रिस्पेक्टफुल. And that your respect towards the people is exhibited through your overall behavior and your responses. Keep it in mind, not by just smiling and by saying yes sir sorry, or thank you. Yes sir or thank you sir, it is not those words. Okay, so this is one interpretation of being respectful. Second one is, it may happen that the person who is going to conduct your interview may be your friend who you know well. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 years senior, and you were not aware. You went to the interview venue and you come to know, he is my just friend. So as soon as you enter, you should not say, "Are tu ito kas ka interview gela? Chal selection karun tak माझं." It is not the case. Okay, so you have to show respect. Keep your relations aside. It will happen that sometimes your juniors may be there to conduct your interviews because their achievements, because of their hard work, they must have achieved it. Just imagine after 5 years or so, or 10 years, right? You are just average person and you find your junior is interviewing you. Do not feel offended. Don't worry about that. Sometimes opposite to that, you will find the interviewer is actually less knowledgeable than you. He is asking very, very trivial questions. You are answering all, and he is not knowledgeable like you. So do not get overconfidence. Okay, do not have superiority complex there as well. Keep it in mind. Be respectful. Second, be relevant. Be up to the mark. What question is asked, only you have to answer to that. Right? For example, the first question, okay, I'll come to that when we see in our sample FAQs. Be confident. Yes. Be positive. Yeah, you have to be positive. Even if some negative situations are put, negative questions are asked, you have to be positive. Don't think about don't think negatively. Be genuine. Okay, हे सगळे पुढे एक एक क्वेश्चन सांगता मी तुम्हाला सांगणार आहे. Be genuine. Be true to yourself. Do not imitate anyone or do not add from the videos which you are referred just for the sake of adding. If they are relevant with you, use those points, paraphrase them, use in your own words. Clear? When you are performing, you have to take care of this. Next, look at this now. Body language. What kind of message are you spreading, sending when you are in the interview context? Positive signals, negative signals. The positive one, leaning forward. You are sitting in the chair, and yes, let me again repeat the same information which we saw in our first year when we were looking about body language. Just excuse me. Hello. Okay, student, just give me 2 minutes exactly. Okay, there is a sound. I need to attend him. Just 2 minutes, please. Yeah, I'm back. Thumbs fast if you are listening me. Okay. Body language, last semester we saw, and I gave you one example that the way, suppose you are going for interview, the way you knock the door, the way you enter in the interview venue, the way you walk, pull the chair and sit in the chair. Up to that, 50% of your interview is done. You remember? Next 50% is the question answer session between you and the interviewer, because your body language communicates a lot. The positive signals: leaning forward, you are interested. Smiling, yes, you are friendly, but not over smile, of course. Nodding your head, attentive and alert. Eye contact, curious and focused. You are looking at the interviewer, you are looking at the panel members. That is about eye contact, curious and focused. Negative signals: crossed arms. Suppose you are sitting like, folding your arms. So that will create, that will have negative impression, like you are defensive and you are not prepared. Fidgeting hands and tapping your feet. जरी आपण वरती बसलो तरी आपले dance. So if you are doing, you are not in purpose, trustworthiness and leaning backward. Either you are prepared, you are not ready actually for the interview, but you are there just for the sake of formality. Obstacles to successful interview we'll see first, and then we'll see the FAQs. Giving long answers. What will create problem in getting selected in the interview? Number one, unnecessarily giving long answers. Right? You are asked, the very first question is introduce yourself. What all things we should include, we are not aware, we will see. So give the short answers up to the mark, and if you are extending, you have to take permission and tell them that you are just extending the answer for some more time. Failing to mention your key achievements, right? असं बऱ्याच वेळा होतं बघा की इंटरव्ह्यू होतो आणि इंटरव्ह्यू मधून बाहेर आल्यानंतर म्हणतो अरे बापरे मी हे सांगायचं विसरलोच त्याला की मी गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट आहे म्हणून. हाऊ कॅन यू फॉरगेट सच ग्रेट यु नो you should that being stumped by certain questions. It happens that the second question you could not answer, question number 2, and you have that in your mind. Even if you're answering third, fourth, fifth question, still you are feeling I could not answer the second question. That is getting stumped or stuck with a certain question. No, don't worry about those. Give short answers. All your key achievements related to that job profile must be mentioned, and for that reason you should practice in advance, jot down them in advance. Being stumped, don't worry about, even if you don't answer some questions. I have some students, I myself is a great example. When I faced one interview of government polytechnic last way back in 2015-16, I guess, I could not answer first 3 questions asked by the panel members. The person was MPSC expert. He asked me 3 questions. General knowledge. I'm very poor in general knowledge. Of course, I accept this very genuinely. He asked me 3 questions. I could not answer all of these 3 questions. Then he showed me one newspaper, English newspaper, and he showed one title and asked me, can you interpret this? Read the title and give the interpretation. I read the title, but I could not interpret that properly. There I made one mistake. I said, boldly, yes, I know that, and I interpreted, but he said, no, you are wrong. You should have accepted you don't know the answer. You have tried it wrongly, that person said. That is almost 3 to 4 questions I did not answer. But 5th question onwards till 10th question, all were subject related questions. And the subject expert started, and of course it was one of the expert was a human relation, a psychologist who was just checking my confidence in that part. And all when they started asking about English language teaching, linguistics, then how to teach on it to let us say graduate students, graduating students, how which topic of my PhD, what kind of achievements I have done in ICT, all that they got all impressed, right? And I was just answering. They were asking me how to do this kind of improvement, and I was giving whatever I do in class and all the things they liked very much. I was not at all expecting, because I had not answered almost 3 to 4 questions, the beginning questions themselves. But to my surprise, out of 800 students, they selected 69 or 70. I was one of them, and my rank was 28th or something. From that time, I started giving this example. Ki it's not case ki if you, and I mean example, it is there in the book. It is fine. Say I do not know, or if you don't know, give the answers of some questions, you get selected. There I got the experience. Now what happened next, that is another story, ki, how that got the entire process got stopped because of some of the cases and so on, and that is still pending, it's going on. But that gave me a great experience, and that taught me how even if you lack in some of the things, definitely if your other sides are strong, then definitely you have opportunities. So do not get stumped with certain questions. Failing to build a good rapport and trust, that may create obstacle, and that happened with me with the MPSC expert. I could not build a good rapport with that person because I did not answer any of his question. But to the other 5 people, 2 of them were subject experts, 2 of them were the government representative, one of them was the principal, it was principal, deputy director of DT, and he himself liked a lot of things, and he appreciated my efforts, and I could build a good rapport with them. And because of that, maybe once I am out of the venue, they must have discussed and they must have said, it's fine sir, general knowledge त्यांचं नाहीये, but he is the English teacher, he is going to teach English on polytechnic colleges, and that is more than enough, and that is fine. They may have their own analysis, and because of based on which they must have shortlisted me. Okay, so build a good rapport. Failing to express oneself clearly, right? That may also create a problem. Not paying much attention to the body language. Okay. Feeling anxious and nervous. That may create problem. What are the qualities employers look into you? Loyalty. Yes. How much loyal you are. Willingness to learn. Are you, when I'm conducting your interview, I'll just check whether you will be a loyal person, whether you want to learn the new things, whether you have a cooperative behavior. Do you have ability to cope up with pressure, working under pressure, under deadlines? Do you have initiative qualities? flexibility and adaptability qualities. Are you able to change yourself as per the need? How they check this? Based on the FAQs, which we will see. These are the skills which are common to the most job. कुठले कुठले पाहिजे, कुठलाही जॉब घ्या, हे स्किल्स तुमच्याकडे असावे लागतात, ते चेक करतात. नंबर 1, being a clear communicator. You must be able to communicate clearly whatever you want to communicate. Being a good listener, listen completely and then respond appropriately. Being an effective team player, are you able to work in teams? Effective presentation skills, analytical skills, ability to motivate staff, ability to motivate your colleagues and get the work done. Willingness to help the colleagues, your friends, right? It is not leaving them, keeping them struggle on their own. Good customer service skills, because 21st century profession needs to be customer centric. So if you are having good customer service skills and managing time effectively. Okay, this is what I want to focus more. Interview questions. There are 3-4 types of categories of questions, and we will see standard or traditional questions, which are targeting your educational, work, experience, and career goals. Questions like, tell me about yourself. What is your greatest strength? What is your greatest weakness? Why did you choose to interview with us? What did you like most about last job or least about your last job? What are your short-term and long-term career goals? Now, how to answer those? Of course, in practical session, we are going to see, and then we are going to conduct the mocks. All right. Keep in mind, just one first question I'll tell. Why in all kinds of interview, they have your application, they have your resume with them, they have gone through, but still they ask this question. The first question is this one: tell me about yourself. Why? Because of 2 reasons. Number 1, this is called as ice-breaking question. Okay. Suppose as soon as you go and enter in the venue, you ask for the permission, may I sit? You are allowed to sit down. The very first question is, tell me about 5G technology. You will feel, Arey sir, let me first settle down. Directly 4th gear, how can I run? Right? So when you have a first rapport, a kind of ice-breaking question, and we like to talk about ourselves, so that makes us comfortable. That is first purpose. Second purpose is they want to check if you are able to put yourself impressively. Okay, and this question actually decides the next direction of your interview. All right, as I told in my resume, my strong point is like the CGPA 5+, and I focus on that. And next, they just, most of the time it has happened, they have said, then tell us what you do in the class. Tell us what you do with this student, you face this kind of students and so on. Right? So what things should be included? Keep it in mind, the first question should include your name, where are you from, your latest educational qualification, your professional experience if you have, your interests, right? And your goals in your life, your greatest achievements and your goals. Do not include the information about family background in your self-introduction unless asked specifically. Thumbs if it is clear. Do not include information about your family background in your self-introduction during interview unless they ask specifically. When I introduce myself, I do not include any family background. Then they say, can you tell me something about family background? Then you include. Other, my name is Mahesh. I am from Kolhapur, and in my family there are 5 members. I live with ... My father is this, my mother is this, my sibling is this, and so many things. No, not needed. They are not interested in family background. Unless asked, you should not include. Next, behavioral questions. Some questions focus on your actions and behaviors in a previous setting in your past. Your past behavior provides clues to your future behavior. The questions: describe a time you had to make a difficult decision. तुमच्याकडे हे क्वेश्चन सगळे असायला पाहिजेत. तुम्ही ते क्वेश्चन्स जॉट डाऊन केले पाहिजेत आणि त्याचे आन्सर तुम्ही आठवून लिहायला पाहिजे. समजा इंटरव्ह्यू देत असताना जर आठवायला लागला की डिफिकल्ट डिसिजन मी केव्हा घेतला होता, हा येस सर आय नो, वेन आय वॉज ऍक्च्युअली डिसाइडिंग अबाउट ए कॉलेज फॉर इंजिनिअरिंग, इट वॉज व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट. आफ्टरवर्ड्स यू फाइंड की अरे नो, इन्स्टेड ऑफ दॅट आय वुड हॅव गिवन दिस एक्झाम्पल. दुसरं कुठलं तरी एक्झाम्पल आहे जे खूप अप्रोप्रिएट होतं. नो, त्याच्यासाठी प्रिपरेशन करायची अगोदर. टेल मी अबाउट ए टाइम यू वर्कड अंडर ए डेडलाईन. भरपूर आहेत आपले इंजिनियर आहेत म्हणजे आपण डेडलाईननीच काम करत असतोय. सो चूज अ स्पेसिफिक अँड वेअर यू अकम्प्लिश दॅट अचिव्हमेंट. and deadline should not occur because of your laziness. Keep it in mind. Deadline should be because of the busyness, because of the work, the nature of the work. Think about a time you made a mistake. What did you learn from it? Okay, all those FAQs we will discuss in our practical, and we start practicing those. Inappropriate or unethical questions which cannot be asked by the interviewer in the interview, but still in some of the competitive exams such questions are asked, and it is absolutely fine to answer some of those. The questions about your ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, disabilities, marital status, and so on, like how old are you, do you have children, do you have a disability, what religion do you practice, असले विचारले जाऊ शकत नाहीयेत unless they are in competitive exams in various government posts. Then questions that can be asked by the interviewee. तुम्ही पण क्वेश्चन विचारू शकताय. At the end of the interview, they will say, "Thank you very much, Akhilesh. We will let you know. Do you have any question for us?" It is fine to say no, sir. Thank you very much, and leaving the venue. But it is better to have 1 or 2 questions. Like, काय विचारणार हो त्यांना? सॅलरी वेळेवरती होते का, सुट्टी असते का, एक्स्ट्रा काम करावं लागतंय का, असलं नाही विचारायचं. ऑफकोर्स. What kind of questions? What type of assignments can I expect within the first year? पहिल्याच याच्यामध्ये मला काय काम करावं लागेल. It shows that you are interested. What do you like most about this company? You are asking the interviewer. तुम्हाला ही कंपनी का आवडते? Right? Good impression. What is the biggest challenge facing this department right now? Or this company right now? कुठला चॅलेंज आहे? म्हणजे मी त्यात काय करू शकतोय का? What skills are you looking for in this position? What are the skills which are actually you are looking for? What is the next course of action? पुढे आम्ही काय करायचंय? असे क्वेश्चन्स तुम्ही विचारू शकताय. सगळे विचारत बसायचे नाहीये. तुमचा इंटरव्ह्यू त्यांनी घेतला 5 मिनिटं आणि तुम्ही त्यांना 10 मिनिटं क्वेश्चन विचारत बसायचे नाहीयेत. Okay? Swaraj, is that clear? So keep your questions 1 or 2. 1 or 2, and that is just to, Swaraj, just kidding. Take it personally. You have to simply make sure that you are interested in their company in that post. Okay. Focus for a successful interview. Only one chance to make a good first impression. Dress appropriately. Have a good smile, present smile on your face. Maintain eye contact. Firm handshake. Remain poised and confident. Yeah, these are the things which already we discussed. For successful interview, be assertive, be bold, courteous, a good communicator, direct person, and audible. And the last one, the last slide, maybe next 1 minute I'll end up. Okay. Points to remember, the do's that you should follow. Very important. Number 1, know the exact time and location of your interview and be before 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes before the scheduled time. Treat other people you encounter with courtesy and respect, not as your enemies or not as your enemies. Okay, they are interview. Yes, you must switch off your cell phone before entering into the interview venue. Focus on career rather than salary while speaking. Yeah, very important as a fresher. How much salary and all that you should keep it aside. Even that should be reflected in your response as well. And there will be last question. What are your salary expectations? How to answer that? We will see. Talk positive about previous employers if asked. Why are you leaving your previous company and joining us? You should not tell because there are very bad people. Manager is very bad. He's very strict. All my colleagues are not cooperating. Even the company is not paying me on time. There are 2 or 3 times extra work every week. So I'm leaving. I'm exhausted and leaving and joining this. Even if all these are the truths, you should not tell them. You should say simply because I want to enhance my career or for career progress. When the interviewer concludes the interview and when the interviewer offers the hand, offer a firm handshake with them and depart gracefully. Ask for clarification if you don't understand a question. It is fine to ask for the clarifications. And at the end, just read this and show me thumb if you got the message from this. If you understand this, yes, of course, you have understood the process. It is not the person who is most qualified that gets the job or the person who speaks more gets the job. Like in GD, the person who gets the job is the one who performs best. Qualification सगळ्यांकडे असेल, पण तुम्ही तिथे बोलताय कसं, मांडताय कसं, प्रेझेंट कसं करताय, that will decide if you will get a job or not. Okay. So that's the end. Thank you very much. Of course, definitely you have many questions, I know, but we will consider those questions. We will discuss all about group discussion, the interviews once again during our practical session on next Saturday, I guess, and then we will conduct the mock interviews. Thank you so much. See you next time. You can leave the session and attend next lecture. Yeah, I said thank you very much. You can leave the session and attend the next lecture. Who will leave behind will be considered absent. I'll take a photo and post on the group as usual, showing them absent. Sushant, Shruti, Pawan, Vishwajit, are you there?